Hey folks, it's the Red, and welcome back to Let's Play Shantae Half Genie Hero. We just got back from Mermaid Falls, we fought a giant Giga Mermaid and sent Techno Baron packing. And now we need to find ourselves some copper ore so that Uncle Mimic can continue working on the dynamo. And as the game typically goes, we need to help people around town in order to be able to proceed with the game. First thing I'm going to help them do is clear out all these jars that somebody keeps putting back on the street and people might trip on them. As there's no ulterior motive to me doing this. None whatsoever. But anyway, you probably saw the exclamation point over this girl over here. We'll talk to her in just a moment. But there are a couple of other problems that need to be addressed as well. The first one is here in the item shop. There's this fellow over here with a bird. So, does this place sell remedies for birds? My pet Mr. McBeaklin here has an upset stomach. If only I had some seeds to give him. So we have somebody here, a bird owner, who wants seeds. But seeds, of course, are not sold at the item shop. Then if we head over to Sky's hatchery, there's a little girl in the corner. Gosh! I thought this was a candy store, but all these eggs have dumb birds inside. I'd trade 1 year of pay for a single piece of salted caramel. Boy, that's quite a price you're gonna pay there for just one piece of candy. And then we can head on over here and talk to this girl. Our little chef makes the best desserts, but right now her restaurant is under pirate attack! Please help her right away! Okay, so there's where our first objective is going to be. Now, the restaurant in question is on Main Street during the second part of that stage, the part that's on fire. So, we're going to do a little time skip, and I'll see you when we're there. Alright, so here we are. Not terribly far into the second part of the stage, and if you have the warp dance, you don't actually have to do that first part of the level to get here. Although by doing that, you're going to miss out on all the gems. Anyway, switch to monkey form, then you can climb this wall and you can reach the chef up here. Heya! Long time no see! I've recently opened a restaurant here on Main Street. You look kind of young to be starting a business, but okay. But wouldn't you know it, it's opening day and I've already got a pirate infestation. Unless somebody gets rid of them, I can't renew my health permit. Would you slay the 30 pirates hiding in my restaurant? It's right over there, the building with the 3 large windows. Right, so the building she's talking about is further up ahead. A little below from where we are right now. We're going to be heading over there, but we're going to take an alternate route to get there. See, now that we have a transformation, there's a certain item that I want to go ahead and get out of the way right now. As far as backtracking for this game, and there's going to be a lot of it throughout this playthrough, some of the end game collectibles, I'm going to be waiting until the end of the game to collect all of those at once. But for stuff like this, I figured I'd go ahead and take care of this. So inside this chest, we will find the monkey bullet. No on-screen tutorial about how this works. Instead, they expect you to pause the game, select the item, and then it will tell you. While clinging to a wall in monkey form, press away from the wall and attack. So, when we pull out our monkey form, climb the wall. Okay, we are now holding the left button and we attack. We don't jump, we attack. And yeah, you can just keep going back and forth using that method. Pretty nifty, it has its uses here and there. And we're going to go ahead and enter the restaurant from this side so I can have a chance to get some more gems along the way. There we go. And here's where we can take out the pirates. Pike Ball is particularly useful here because it can swing around and hit any enemies that come up behind you. They also like to drop magic, so it can keep your meter up while you fight. But besides beating them for this simple objective, this is also a good way to get gems and other stuff. As long as you stand between the windows, you should be able to avoid most of their attacks. Not that it's really an issue, since they tend to drop a lot of hearts as well. Anyway, there's our health permit. The 30th one happened to have it. Also, I'd like to point out that there's definitely more than 30 pirates in there. In fact, they just keep coming. But, if we only had to get rid of 30, that's good enough for me. These barrels can be kind of in the way. Just hit them with your hair, and they're not a problem. Also, yes, I do know there's a crack in the wall. We'll be dealing with it later, I promise. Once again, I'm going to do most of my backtracking later in the game. I'm going to try and keep the backtracking to a minimum. Pretty much just the stuff that we need for story progression for now. But once we get to the end game, we'll be sure to get everything at once. Anyway. Oh, is that a shiny new health permit? Nope. No permit for me? Fine. Just because I scrimped and saved for years in order to pay for culinary school after being rejected from every cooking college, fast food restaurant, and greasy spoon this side of Sequin Land, why not withhold it? Forget that I had to travel to lands unknown, trading travel there for an actual job cracking oversized plastic walnuts in some smelly squirrel costume on stage in front of a bunch of snobby dinner theater patrons. Also, I could find a teacher who would allow me to enroll, despite my bad habit of eating the ingredients before the lesson, even when the ingredients were priceless eggs of endangered animals. Besides, how was I supposed to know the difference between a culinary school and a nature preserve anyway, unless someone teaches me, which was, of course, the theme of my entire thesis, and even then no one understood. Not even my culinary instructors, who always wore gorilla suits with no discernible zippers, swinging from their tires and throwing filth, but somehow between the cradling and hair grooming sessions, those culinary masters who might as well have been apes, taught me that the true art of cooking is experienced by going to the store and buying stuff that already exists, such as frozen pizzas and fish sticks which come in colorful boxes with awesome artwork on them. So sure, deny me that health permit and shut me down. Obviously, I don't deserve to work hard and serve others in the noble profession of food prep. Or you can just give it to her. Oh, thank goodness. I'm back in business, baby. Here, I want you to have this. And she gave us a salted caramel. Somebody back in town wanted this. While studying the culinary arts abroad, I came up with my own spin on salted caramel. I call it Caramel de Pupa, in honor of my dog Womble Bell. It's candy for dogs. Ah, yes, we remember Womble Bell, don't we, from Risky's Revenge? Then again, some memories are best not brought back. Anyway, we can go ahead and fly back to Scuttle Town, and I'll see you again in a moment. So here we are back at town, and we have the salted caramel so we can give it to this little girl. Oh, you have salted caramel. Is that for me? Sure thing, kid. Oh, thank you. In return, I'd like to give you 1 year of pay. Oh boy, we are never gonna have to worry about buying stuff in the shop again. Oh. I get paid in birdseed. Lame, I know. So, how you liking that salted caramel? Yeah, that's about what I was expecting. Alright. So we know where we need to go with the birdseed, I'm sure. To the item shop. And here's Birdman again. Huh? You've got some birdseed for me? Give it a try. I'll give it a shot, I guess. Here, Mr. McBeaklin, eat the nice seeds. Something's happening. It's... Yes! Wait, no. Yes? Yes! He was all log jammed with this egg. I guess that means you're Mrs. McBeaklin after all. Don't you know the gender of your own bird? Here, hold this. I don't think I wanna. But hey, it's the copper ore that we need, so there's that. That's one weird-looking egg. McBeaklin, what did you eat? I'm less concerned about what he ate and more concerned about getting this thing over to Uncle Mimic. But first, we've got some things I need to go ahead and buy. Now that we have enough gems to do so, I'm going to go ahead and purchase the Silky Cream and the shampoo so that we can start whipping faster and hitting harder with our attacks. Can't quite afford the Warp Dance, but I'm going to need that later. Basically, the Warp Dance, it lets you warp around to other areas that you've been to. Instead, we'll go ahead and buy the Bikini Armor, because this totally makes sense, to reduce your damage by half by wearing less clothing. Game logic! And, let's see, I've got 118 left over. Yeah, we're good for now. Okay. So now we can start hitting our hair a little faster. So, let's go see Uncle Mimic. Oh, hey, somebody put all the jars back. Might as well jump on that. Whoops, didn't mean to go in there. Okay, here's the workshop. Any luck finding that copper ore? Oh, is this for me? Alright, let's get this thing moving. Perfect! I can use this to make my copper wire. According to the blueprint, it goes right... there. Whew, it's really coming along nicely. Thank you! Didn't look like you did much just now. No problem, Uncle. Uncle? Remind me again, who's Uncle? Oh my gosh! He has a case of the olds! I love that line. Uncle can be scatterbrained at times, but never like this.
Uncle, why don't you remember me?
You don't sound too terribly concerned by that. Your facial expression suggests as such, but not that voice just then. Any idea what's wrong with him, Bolo? Who's Bolo? Oh no, not you too!
They've all lost their memories.
I'd better find help. I like it. Hello, I'm an old man, apparently. Another line I love from this game. Bolo. Sounds like some kind of porpoise bread bowl. So, yeah, everyone in town has more or less lost their memory. So, we need to find out what's going on with that. They do have some funny things to say here and there, though. But, yeah, as this guy is telling us, we should probably go ahead and talk to the mayor about this. Oh, I noticed my magic isn't quite full, so I guess I'll jump to the bathhouse real quick. There we go. Okay, so let's head on over and talk to the mayor. By the way, this is the only point in the game, besides at the beginning, where the art gallery will be closed. That's because we have to talk to the mayor for story progression purposes. Mayor Scuttlebutt, what are you doing wandering the streets? The streets? And where's your new guardian Genie? Oh yes, Holly. She said she had to go. Somewhere. But we need her help. Half the people in Tassel Town have amnesia. You really have no idea where she went? Can't remember. Huh? What's that in your hand, Mayor? A convenient plot device, that's what. A map to Tassel Town. So that's where she's gone. Hang in there, Mayor. I'll find help. Gosh, I better show this map to Sky. Assuming she still remembers how to read maps. So, we've got our gear, we've taken care of all the side stuff, it's time to move on to the next world. Sky! Who am I? Sky, snap out of it! I need you to take me to Tassel Town. Tassel Town? Never mind, just ask me to climb aboard like you always do. The fourth wall jokes are real. Alright, so we are off to Tassel Town. Here it is, right in the middle of the desert that's surrounded by jungle for some reason. I don't claim to understand how this world map makes sense. Sky, you're sure this is the location I got from the mayor? Mayor? I love how she looks so confused, like she doesn't even know how she got here. If this is Tassel Town, it's sure seen better days. It was destroyed centuries ago. Who said that? Dun dun dun!
You again.
What are you doing here anyway? Snort! My job! Again, I think those should be in parentheses. Not said as a word. Just saying. Everyone back in Tassel Town has lost their memories. Obviously, which is why Mayor sent me here to check it out. I am the town genie, after all. Maybe if we work together, we could...
How sad.
If you want your job back so badly, why don't you go cry to the mayor? I can't. He's forgotten everything, too.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Then do us all a favor. Take your airheaded friend and go back to being a has-been. I'm an antagonist. She's up to something, and I'm going to find out what. Sky, you stay here while I have a look around. Where am I? So, the first part of this level is a pretty simple romp. Once again, the bubble shield is going to be a team player for this first part of the level, if you haven't bought the Silky Cream yet, which is a very useful thing to have for taking these little enemies out real quick before they can shoot their spike attack. But if they do, pull out your bubble, and you can stop them, no problem. Also, watch out for these birds, as they'll bring in more of them. You don't want this screen flooded with too many of the guys at once, especially if you don't have the bubble shield. But that's going to be the thing about this playthrough, is that I'm going to be getting a lot more use out of the bubble and the fireball than some of the other power-ups. Now, this part you do ideally want to use the crab for, but if you got the monkey bullet, you can also get across this way, if you wanted to. But we're going to do it the way they intended, so into crab form. And into the water we go. That down there is another one of those side items that we're going to be collecting at the end of the game. I'll be showing all of their locations at once. Other than that, yeah, we've basically just got more of those spiky enemies and more birds that are going to try and drop them in, as it also introduces us to quicksand, which you can't really jump very high in at all. You might recognize these guys from the first game. You just hit them repeatedly and they slowly burrow into the ground. But then when they explode, they also drop gems when you hit those little balls. So, that's a pretty nifty way to get more money, I think. Use monkey form to get up here. But we can't proceed any further this way due to some rather inconvenient wind that pushes us backwards. But while I have it in mind, I'm going to experiment something real quick. What happens if I turn into a tree? Oh, okay. Yeah, normally the tree form can't be moved at all, but in the wind, you'll be pushed backwards. Suppose it makes sense. But anyway, we're going to need to use crab form in order to do some platforming to go underneath where all the wind is blowing. But of course, that's not going to be the end of the wind either. When the wind is blowing, make sure you're standing behind a platform of some kind so that you don't get blown backwards again. Getting through this area can be a little bit of a slog because of it, because, yeah, you can't really move forward while the wind is doing that. It's an interesting challenge, but one that does kind of drag on, I think. Uh-oh. Because, yeah, I can't move forward at all while the wind is moving. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I can probably get some good money out of this. Unless I get pushed back like that. Bummer! The balls will just fade away after a little while, so you have to act pretty quick if you want to get any money out of them. Yeah, sometimes I'll throw a low platform at you, so just crouch behind those so that you don't get blown away. Also, this amuses me to no end. Oh, go the other way. I love doing that. You could push that jar into that spot if you want to get up to that jar up there, but yeah, I don't think I don't really want to go out of my way to try and get something like that. Not in these conditions. I would rather just move forward with the playthrough if that's all right. I do think the wind blows pretty frequently, so you don't have a lot of time to move forward, and you can only really make baby steps going forward. To that end, it makes the level feel longer than it actually is. Uh-oh. Ah! I was trying to get up there real quick, but now we gotta wait. That spike enemy is gonna be kind of in the way. Bubble. No! The quicksand is another way that you can kind of slow yourself down from being pushed back. And this is going to be another portal that we can't really do anything with right now, so we'll have to deal with that in a future visit. Give me money! Of course, we'll be seeing a much better way to get money later in the game. Okay, we should be getting pretty close to the end of this first area now. Yes, there it is, up ahead. You can see the flag of the castle that we now need to get into. In we go!